Hey guys, in this video we're going to cover how you can build your email list from 0 to over 10,000 people in a short few months. First off, I'm Khierstyn. I am an e-commerce and Kickstarter specialist. So if you are here, we cover weekly all things e-commerce, product launches, and building your audience, which is so important. So guys, if you're new and you like what you see so far, be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any regular content we send out. So you're probably watching this video because you're either getting ready for an upcoming Kickstarter campaign or a product launch, or you've launched your website and you're having a hard time finding people to buy your product. Whatever way it is, you need an audience online before you can be successful. And sometimes when I talk to people about having an audience, they think just having a social media following is enough. They think that growing Instagram or TikTok followers or Facebook likes is going to help you build a brand. And don't get me wrong, social media is super important to engage your audience, to nurture, and as part of a top of funnel method to bring people in to build your product and discovery. But the reality is that Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, however that you have been putting content out there and building your audience, you don't own those platforms, which means what can happen is what happens if social media dies, or you get banned from Instagram, or your Facebook account gets hacked. What happens then to all that clout you built up? You just all of a sudden lose contact with the followers that you've built up. Having an email list is a direct method of communication with your customers. And that is the number one way that you need to be building your audience so that you have those contacts, so that no matter what happens in the future, especially if you're selling on Amazon or whatnot, like you need access to your customers, because the reality is that you don't own the platforms that you are on right now, and anything can happen to them in the future. So as a way to not only future-proof your business, but also to give you a one-on-one channel to communicate with your customers, you absolutely want to be building up an email list. And how well your brand does depends on a couple of things. First off, how big is your list, but also how well are you nurturing that list? So in this video, we're gonna cover a few strategies to help you get started building your list if you find yourself up a creek without a paddle and you don't really know where to start. So the very first thing you want to do is you want to give people a reason to want to be on your list. Offer something of value. So when you are preparing for an upcoming product launch, it's super common to offer a early bird discount at launch. So you may offer up to 25-30% off. But the reality is that while it's good to offer discounts on products, it's not so great for your margins. So I believe that you want to offer something more of value that doesn't necessarily devalue your brand. So what is the most common tactic is that people offer a discount. And yes, that's what we do as well in pre-launch. But wherever possible, we want to up the stakes a little bit by offering something even more valuable than a discount. It's help your customers solve a big problem in their life. I just got off an onboarding call with one of our new Product Launchpad members, and she is launching a book that helps kids who are struggling with dyslexia. And one thing I love about what she's doing is the mission behind it. And when she has something like a book that's information-based, she, instead of just offering a 30% off her book, she can offer something more of value, which is a sneak peek into her product. So she's going to be offering the first couple of chapters of her book for free for anyone who just wants a sneak peek or a glance into the product to see if they like it before they try it. This is a lead magnet, okay? So when you have a product that solves a problem in somebody's life, which, let's face it, if you're watching this, that is you. What you want to do is you want to go a step further than a discount and create a lead magnet. So a lead magnet is a free something that they get, a free gift. And if you think about it, if you just ask someone for an email on your landing page without offering something of value, that they're like, why am I going to give you my email? But if you say, hey, I'd love to give you this free gift and a little bit of a discount in exchange for your email, they're like, yes, that sounds great, let's do it. Okay, so offering something of value is awesome. I want to lead with a few examples of what that looks like, but it's super important not to complicate this step, okay? It took me a few iterations before I came and actually got my first effective lead magnet. So when I first got started building my list, I was really thinking, like, I don't know what my audience wants. I don't know what freebie they would find valuable. And I had a few ideas, but none really stuck until I was on a coaching call with Nathan of founder.com, but when we launched the coffee table book, he's like, I just need a checklist. I just need to know what my team can do every day, every month to make sure we're on track. And I was like, oh, that's the lead magnet. So what I did was I offered something of value to my community, which was a free checklist. And you can get that by going below in the comments to see where that checklist is. So you can download that for free. But when you're creating a lead magnet, you want to keep it simple. So ask yourself, what is something of value I can offer my audience, okay? And if you don't have an audience, that's why you're watching this video. But you may have feedback from customers that have asked you like, well, how can I use this? What are other things I can use it with? And different questions are going to foster a really beautiful lead magnet. A lead magnet does not have to be complicated, okay? Think like simple 5-page PDF. Think if you're launching a book or a planner, it might be a sample of your product, okay? We are working with the fitness brand right now where if it allows you to passively stay in shape, we can create a lead magnet, which is like top 3 exercises you can do at home while watching TV, okay? You could do that. You can offer something that On It does really well is doing like content roundups. So they'll say, hey, tips to improve your sleep, tips to improve your mental performance. You can create, if you're in the supplement space or in the health space, just look to isolate like what is, or identify what is the problem that your product helps somebody solve, and what is a way that you can also help them solve that by providing value. And that's going to be a really great start for your lead magnet. And guys, if you are thinking of a lead magnet or you're not sure, whatnot, drop a comment below and let me know. Let's get a good conversation together so we can help you get some clarity on what your lead magnet can be. Okay? So that's number 1, is create that lead magnet to help solve a pain point in your customer's life. Point number 2 is you want to have a foundation or one spot online that people can go and download your free guide and actually join your mailing list. I actually believe in building a foundation first before you start distributing and trying to market your product. So when you have a landing page is a 1-page website designed to get people to download your PDF and join your waitlist, okay? So with that being said, of course, if you have an upcoming Kickstarter campaign, your freebie has to be related to your product, otherwise it may not make sense, okay? So just keep that in mind. And it has to be what your target audience cares about, because if you, again, are releasing a fitness product that helps people lose weight, like having a free guide on how to do your makeup that may just be too far-fetched, okay? So just keep that in mind. But point number 2 with having a landing page is going to be the single point that online that you're sending everyone. So when you post your freebie online, when you're posting on social media, whatever your the website is that you send to influencers, like that's going to be really where your email list building efforts are going to sit, is in that landing page. So your landing page is going to be designed to collect those emails, okay? So if you're looking for good landing page software, depending on your budget, the one that we recommend and work with all of our clients is ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels is fully customizable, $97 a month. And if you are looking for something a little bit more affordable, economical, however you want to say that, then there are other great solutions. You can use Squarespace, you can use Wix, and MailChimp also has great designs that you built into their platform. So be sure to check some of those out. Now, point number 3 is having an email CRM. So an email CRM, some of popular ones that are budget friendly are going to be MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, and Klaviyo. Personally, getting into e-commerce, I love Klaviyo, and I think that while you're starting to build into it, instead of having to migrate over, I recommend just getting started in Klaviyo, because Klaviyo is going to be able to integrate a lot better with Shopify, and it's the number 1 email CRM platform for e-commerce. So in terms of tagging and segmentation and all the advanced email marketing, that one scales a lot better with you. But if you're looking for something more budget conscious to get started, then you don't need all the bells and whistles of Klaviyo, and you could start with a MailChimp or ActiveCampaign. Okay guys, now that you've had your foundation set up, Number one, you've got that freebie together or the lead magnet, you have your landing page set up, and you now have your email CRM set up and connected to your landing page so that anyone who inputs their information on the landing page will get sent over to your email CRM and trigger email automation. So the next point is getting into email marketing, okay? So email marketing, to keep it really simple, you want to go with an email CRM that offers automation. So this means being on, if you're in MailChimp, being on the paid plan. So email automation is so that anytime someone subscribes to your landing page and enters your email list, you don't have to like run home after work and input and like send an email automatically. Manually, sorry, you don't need to send an email manually. But having an automation means that you can set it up for as little as $10 a month, 10 or 15 a month, so that anytime someone downloads your guide or enters your email list, you can set up an automation so that it automatically sends an email. And then you can set it up so that you have an email nurture sequence together. So an email nurturing sequence is point number 4. The nurture sequence is meant to start to train your email list to get used to receiving emails from you. This is one fatal mistake that a lot of product creators have, is they think, all right, you know what, I'm just gonna set up my list, people to join my list, I'm going to just do the marketing, but then they start getting those early subscribers and getting that email list built, but then they forget to email their list, and all of a sudden those leads go dead or cold, because the purpose of the email list and to nurture that list through regular email marketing is so that you keep that list warm. Okay, so when someone comes in, they're interested in your product or your brand or what you have to offer. And you need to, first off, with email 1 in the automation, they need to get an email immediately or within 10 minutes with the free guide, okay? And this very first welcome email is going to be a chance for you to introduce yourself, your brand, what you're about, and how they can continue the conversation. So you might say like, and hey, welcome, join our free Facebook group, or follow us on Instagram, or hit reply and say hi, let me know you got this email, okay? So that very first welcome email is meant to be sent immediately. And then within the next 5 to 7 days, I like to send 2 to 3 other emails with reinforcing just what your brand is. So a common flow that I like to use is Russell Brunson's soap opera sequence. It's super effective in order to tell your story and build your product as the authority, okay? So when it comes to email marketing, it's important that you introduce your brand. Like, very first email is all about leading with the value and giving them the welcome package that you have, right? And that lead magnet. But the second email is all about starting to outline your story and what was the point or the aha moment that you knew you had to do something to create this product, okay? So a really great example is, I love to use Chris from Jamstack, where Jamstack, a good portable electric guitar amplifier, allows guitarists to play guitar anywhere they want. Because if you play electric guitar, you know that you can't play it on its own. You need bulky amps, you need equipment, and it's just a bit of a hassle if you want to go jam with your friends. So the story that Chris tells that really connects and humanizes his brand and also showcases why Jamstack is such a powerful solution to a really awful problem that guitarists have, is he goes through his journey of discovering this pain point for him. So one day, 6 years ago now at this point, he just got so frustrated wanting to play electric guitar that he couldn't, and he thought to himself, you know what if I just connected an amp to this guitar? Am I able to play anywhere I want? And so he rigged up this really ugly prototype, and it worked. And he was like, man, this thing is great. I now solve my own problem. I don't need expensive wires or equipment to play guitar anymore. So I can just do it by clipping this thing on. And so he got the idea. He ended up talking to a few guitar friends, and they reinforced how much of a game changer Jamstack was. And then that's what gave him the validation to start to find investment, talk to people, meet me, do a crowdfunding campaign, and really create now a multi-7-figure company off of the one story. So when we look at that, you may not think you have a journey like that, but you do. And I want to help you figure out what that is for you. So drop your story below. If you're not sure how to extract your founder story in a way that really emphasizes why your product is the solution to a big problem, let me know your story below. There is a lot of gold in that. Sometimes just need somebody to help you massage that. So let me know in the comments. But walking through with that welcome sequence to say like, hey, here's your free download. Tomorrow I'm gonna share with you how I came up with the idea for blank product. So you then go into saying like, hey, I was struggling with this, or I discovered this problem and I knew at that moment I had to do something about it. So that's where I discovered insert product, okay? And when you discover that and you show how much of a game changer your product is and what went into the development of that product, that's how people are really going to be able to see like, wow, this is a bit of a game changer. I'm super excited. So not only through the sequence, you are building a relationship and emotional connection with the viewer, or the reader and your audience, but you're also showing what has gone into your product and building your product as the authority and really building trust within that. So really sharing your product when you do the soap opera sequence well, it's a powerful way to tell your narrative. So the first few emails that are in your sequence are really about building that relationship with your audience. And then continuing a content plan after that is about sending at least one email per week about value add posts. So at that point, you want to have like an 80-20 rule on 20% of the time you're talking about your product, but like pitching your product, but the other 80% you're providing value, okay? So you want to encourage, you want to inspire, you want to educate, you want to entertain, okay? And those are the 4 things. So in terms of getting the foundation together, to get started with marketing and distributing your lead magnet and starting to build your list, you don't need to have, people overcomplicate this a lot. You don't want to write out content plans for 4 months, okay? But just have, in order to get started, I 100% recommend that you at least have the lead magnet, you have the landing page locked in, you have your email CRM set up, and you have at least your first welcome email that they get immediately after joining your email list. And once you have those 4 things in, you can continue to build on it. But that's what leads me to point number 5, which is after you have something of value and you've now given people a reason to join your list, now it's time to distribute your freebie and do that. So here are a few ways that you can go to build your audience and get awareness out to build your email list. First off, posting on social media at least once per day. Posting in Facebook groups. If you have a YouTube channel, that's one great way to do it. You could do it through Facebook ads. You can do it on your Facebook page. You can have a section on your website where even if you are live and selling products right now, like having a section on your website that's not a standalone web page where you have a pop-up or you have an email subscribe thing where you're offering something of value is super important, because even if you are a brand right now selling on Shopify, selling product, you absolutely need to have an email capture together, because ton of your traffic, only 2.5% of your traffic every day converts to a visitor, to a customer on average. So you need a way and a method in place to capture that intent and capture those emails of other people who like what you're doing but aren't ready to buy. So we can talk about emails in a different video specific to e-commerce if you want, but right now, let's just get you building your email list. So guys, we've covered so much in this video. Please do let me know in the comments which one of these points was your favorite. And also, we have a ton of great resources below to help you build your email list and actually continue on to launch. So be sure to check those out in the comments. Apart from that, guys, if you have not subscribed yet to my channel, please be sure to do so, because we release regular content like this for you every week, and I'd hate to see you miss out on some of our next videos. Okay, you can do so with the bell. Right, bye.